Hi, my name is Andrew Large and I'm an engineer on the Tintri Analytics development team. In this segment, I'll show you how to analyze historical VM store resource utilization and how to access detailed profiling of the VMs in an application. On the dashboard, there are several links to other areas of the application. First, let's go to the Trends section. What you see here is historical trending of our three core resources, along with projections of what your resource utilization will look like in the future if you maintain your current trends. Let's take a look at some of the filtering options on this page. So first of these is that we can select an application profile. Let's go ahead and select the build server since those looked interesting. Next, we can choose a time range. In this case, we're default selected to 3 years. Let's go ahead and change that to 1 year to get a little bit more visibility into the graph. And finally, the last thing we can do is to check the VM stores that are sourcing these VMs. And I'll uncheck a few here that I know won't actually affect our output, just to show how it recalculates the screen. And I'm going to leave it back to reselect all. Okay, now back to the dashboard. So now let's look at this bottom section. I mentioned earlier that this shows the top 3 applications by VM for each resource. But what if you wanted to gain a better understanding of the resource utilizations of the VMs in each application? That's what the Profiles section is for. So here we see the same 3 values that we saw in the top applications in that dashboard page. But we have an option here to drill in a little bit further. Let's look in this Visualize section, and now we can see the distribution of VM resources. So you can see, for example, that 10 VMs have a logical capacity between 368 and 736 gig. Likewise, we can also look at the physical capacity distribution and the provision capacity distribution. Now, one of the things you'll notice on the physical capacity distribution is I had earlier selected a logarithmic scale on that, but you can choose whether to do linear or logarithmic on these scales. Let's go back here and take a look at the performance breakdown. And again, we show all 3 of those metrics from before, and again, it's pre-selected as logarithmic. We can select a linear version, and again, IOPS and throughput. And finally, the working set. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. And one last comment here is you'll notice that the Insights button on the menu here is another way to get to these same 2 pages. Thanks for watching this segment. Next, we'll do some planning for the deployment of new VMs.